since he has nothing better to do in quarantine, Bills general manager Brandon Beane, who is like a dollar store Minnesota Twins legend Billy Beane from the movie Moneyball, but whatever. He had a conference call today explaining his thought process and rationale behind the Stefon Diggs trade. And I know, before I get started, this video will draw in Bills fans. And again, Bills Mafia, Western New York, respect you. You're the only actual New York team. It's great. And when I compare Buffalo's terrible, horrible winter weather to the tundra, to Siberia, like there's gulags there, like literally Buffalo is the NFL's gulag. Like that's where players get sent to on punishment battalions. But I fully understand being from Minnesota, the irony of that, but also whatever. Don't take things too seriously. Anyway, so this is what he said. This is via NFL.com. The key in this league is you got to be able to throw it when the other team knows you're going to throw it. Well, people know that Josh Allen's going to throw it. They also know he's going to throw it into row 9, but no big deal there. But yeah, okay, whatever. And the Bills had inquired at the trade deadline earlier. That was implied in the article. So last season when Stefon Diggs was starting up his antics before the trade deadline, Bills were like, Brandon Beane was like Rick Spielman, was up. Rick was like, nah. And then he said, quote, Beane said, quote, it didn't seem like it was a definitive 100% no. They were just not shopping him, end quote. So, the whole combine, Rick Spielman, there's no reason to see why Stefon Diggs won't be a Viking next year. Paraphrasing that. It was an offshoot of, we have no intention of trading Percy Harvin at this time. He may have meant it. He may have been like, everything's cool. Everything's copacetic. We're going to be good to go, but whatever. But the article goes, within a span of half a day, the Bills' front football boss was able to craft an offer the Vikings couldn't refuse. The first and the fifth and the sixth and future fourth, etc. So, the Vikings potentially we're not trading him. But then the Bills come in with that sweetheart offer. And so that whole thing about, maybe it was Stefon Diggs' tweet after the Cousins extension that triggered the trade, that gives credence to it. It really does. So the fact that the not so subtle quote, it's time for a new beginning, end quote, tweet hours after the Cousins extension. That tweet went out at 1:46 p.m. Central Time. Less than 8 hours later, he was traded. So don't tell me that little subtle little tweak finally set off Kirk Cousins, the new GM of the Vikings, by the way. So, yeah, timeline's just too convenient that the Vikings were not shopping Stefon Diggs at all. Send tweet, and then all of a sudden, 8 hours later, he gone. Yeah. Also, Beane said this, quote, this is good. It's just more of a proven thing right now. What we're dealing with, I'm good at reading. Did weigh in, he said, referencing the circumstances of dealing with non-football since the COVID-19 pandemic. I know this guy, Diggs, knows ball and will be able to understand the verbiage once he learns our system. So is he calling all the incoming wide receivers dumb? He will understand the verbiage once he learns our system. Isn't that true about any player? Isn't that? Oh, or is he just throwing all the rookies under the bus, or is he just trying to justify his own trade here, which probably so. And also, is he really citing the Rona for a reason to trade 4 picks for an expensive veteran versus the rookies? It's like, hey, this guy will know the offense once he knows it. Rona. Whatever. But again, it is pretty obvious and evident that Diggs wanted out. I mean, just looking at all of his antics and everything, all of his crypticness leading up to it, never shooting down any rumors at all. And, like we said, the not so subtle, it's time for a new beginning. All of a sudden, magically, wearing the Cardinals shirt. When the Cardinals were in the market for a big wide receiver trade, eventually they got Nuke for a song. So whatever. And also, where are all the Diggs doesn't want out because the guy who makes his custom cleat said so? I mean, where are all those jabronis? You're really quiet now, aren't you? Well, you're in quarantine too. So whatever. But again, it is whatever. It's coming up on a month now. I honestly do wish Diggs the best with along with human Travagé, Josh Allen. That'll be fun. I mean, first Josh Allen pass that sails 5 yards over his head. I can't wait. I can't wait to bring in the body language expert. Come on, let's go. But frankly, the Vikings got a huge amount of value. The first, the fifth, the sixth, and the future fourth, especially compared to what Houston got for Nuke. I mean, Houston wasn't even necessarily shopping Nuke, right? So you think that they would have more leverage in that negotiation, but it's clear that they were sellers at that point. Bill O'Brien is a moron. He's a worse GM than Brandon Beane. There I said it. As well as, the Vikings, kudos to Spielman. Getting that haul for Stefon Diggs, essentially when a player wanted out, did not want to be part of the future of this team. So the Vikings had less leverage and they're still able to get that deal. It's pretty amazing. But close the chapter. We'll see Diggs in the Super Bowl. We're going to Tampa. Let's do this. But your thoughts, Brandon Beane, spilling the beans on the Stefon Diggs trade. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Plus, give us a follow on social media as well. As I burp. That you, Rona? Skull? Production value.